Why doesn't SCP work while SSH does? If I want to send something via SCP to server, then 3 lines are printed and file is not copied. However, I can connect to server via SSH without problem. How to make SCP work?
One possible cause of this type of behavior is having any message print out during the login process on server. SCP depends on SSH to provide a totally transparent encrypted tunnel between the client and the server. Check all of the login scripts on the server, and also try using a different user. Another method of identifying the source of the error is to use the v in the command to trace the progress of the transaction and see where it fails. You can use up to VVV to increase the verbosity, if necessary. Checking the various forms of SCP can also be instructive, as listed in the post by InChargeofit. SCP, under the hood, sets up a tunnel using SSH, and then transfers the file over that tunnel, with a SSH command on the far end to catch the file as it comes over. This is illustrated by the use of tar and SSH to copy a directory structure, preserving ownership and creation times with the following commands. To send it over, and to get it back.
Check the target user's .bash or equivalent file. .bash is sourced for non-interactive logins. If there's an echo or command that outputs anything, it will break the SCP protocol.
Are you positive you are entering in a valid path in the SCP command? For example, will fail. In fact, it will just print out the command like you are seeing. In this case, you will need to provide a valid path to the remote server. For example, scp-test.text username at remoteserver.com:/. Example usages. Send a file. Get a file. Examples. Send a file from my desktop to my home folder on a remote server. Remember, the is a shortcut for your home directory. For example, /home/. Send a file to the web root. In this example, the user John_Doe would need write privileges on the remote/var/www directory.
On some hosts they incorrectly source .bash_profile for non-interactive logins like SCP. Messages that get printed to the terminal can possibly cause SCP to not function correctly. If you have messages in your .bash_profile, this can be the cause. To still have your login messages, banner, etc. display on an interactive logins and still be able to use SCP via a non-interactive login at the following before any message that would print out in your .bash_profile file. Alternative code is and another alternative code, which I believe is the longer version of the first alternative code. I have found on some hosts the first code does not work correctly but the second one does. During a non-interactive SCP login it will abort further execution of bash_profile and allow SCP to work, but will display your login messages when you log in via SSH. Note, this can also be used in your .bashrc file if you source it from .bash_profile for $path, so only part of it is sourced during non-interactive logins.
If you want to support the channel, please consider subscribing.